Ma'am, I just want to ask you, we know that the Shiv Sena had put out that number that they want for a few days now, but fiery statements coming in from Sanjay Raut, ma'am, where he said that local Congress leaders don't have any power. Ma'am, what was the Congress's internal reaction to that statement?
See, these are all, hearsay and things like that. Let's understand one thing. The Maha Vikas Aghadi is the partner with us nationally. We have an alliance called India. And it's not just states which take a call. The India alliance is going to meet. And it will be on the 31st of this year we meet, December. And we will decide. I don't know why you go in for these hearsays and things like this. And I've always said one thing is that when there are so many parties getting together, they're like, for example, around 28 parties getting together for the India Alliance, there will be issues. I mean, it's bound to happen, but we are all together in this. And it's not that, these nitty-gritties always will have to be sorted out. There will be issues on seats. We always knew that seat sharing is not going to be an easy thing. But we are all together to fight the fascist forces. We will not give up where all our democratic institutions have been taken in. For example, the Election Commission. I mean, before the Chief Justice was involved, it was the Chief Justice, the Prime Minister of India, move the Chief Justice and put a cabinet minister, the leader of opposition and the Prime Minister. Now what happens is you have a 2:1 vote and the Election Commission will be selected by the government of the day, and that is the Bharatiya Janata Party government. Why do they want to make such changes? Because they want to win the elections by hook or crook. So instead of the media focusing on what's happening in the Bharatiya Janata Party, what they're doing to our country, what is happening in Manipur, look at the unemployment rate of 10%. Various issues. Look at the wrestlers, look at the women's issues in this country. Now, if the medal-winning wrestlers cannot get justice for molestation, rape, etc., how does a common woman or a common girl get justice in a place like Bulandshahr in UP? Or for that matter, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, or any other state.
Okay.
You see,
Dr. Mohammed, one second. I don't at all disagree with you that those are very important issues. And in fact, over the last few days, one second, Dr. Mohammed, what I'm trying to ask you right now is, when you're saying that this was hearsay, because I do want to point out all the issues you just said, we have discussed them on the show in the last few days, but we are focusing on this tonight because what you called hearsay is a statement that has come in from Sanjay Raut, a very senior leader. Again, he's not a junior leader at all in the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray-led faction. So I think it's fair that we're setting out with this question, ma'am. The question we're asking you is, how is the Congress looking at this? I don't know how fair it is to dismiss it as hearsay, because this isn't something the media is bringing up. This is a statement made that we've actually played out for our audiences right before we've come over to you. Ma'am, why do you think the Shiv Sena is making statements like this to the press? Sanjay Nirupam, your leader, ma'am, from the Congress, coming and saying he'd learnt it from the press, he'd learnt it from a newspaper and not directly from the Shiv Sena. Ma'am, what should the Congress, especially the state unit leaders, make of that?
You see, again, I'm going to reiterate my statement that the state always will be taken, the state leaders, we have always said that we will look into what the state leaders important. It's, the state leaders, the India Alliance, all together will take a decision. Different states, the equations are different. Let's understand there are states like West Bengal, there are states like Punjab, there's Kerala. So the equations over involved in the decision making.
We'll try to, ma'am, your voice is cutting out right now. We'll try to establish a more stable connection with you, just so that we can get your voice in an unfiltered manner. Till we do, we'll go over to the other guests that we have with us right now, because I also want to hear from them. Sanjay Gupta is with us. He's a Shiv Sena leader from the Uddhav Thackeray faction. Sir, good evening. Thank you for joining us here on CNN News 18. Sir, I just want to ask you, your leader, Sanjay Raut, made this statement with great confidence. He said, what is the need, essentially, to speak to the state unit? Why not go directly to the Congress central leadership, since that's where the talks will happen? Sir, a statement like that, why did your leader make it to the press? Why did he make it in newspapers? It was guaranteed to cause issues, sir, with your alliance partners. Why did it go ahead then, sir?
बात तो उनसे भी की जा रही है, मीडिया में तो स्टेटमेंट दी जाती है, अपनी बात को कहा ही जाता है, और जिनसे हमने बात करनी है, जिनको कहना, उनसे ही बात चल रही है। तो अभी तो एक मजबूत पक्ष को बनाने की कोशिश की जा रही है, और इस तरह का फार्मूला बनाने की कोशिश की जा रही है कि किस तरह से किस स्टेट के अंदर किस पार्टी को कितनी सीटों पर लड़ना चाहिए। जितनी सीटों पर पहले लड़े, और जो जिस हिसाब से जितना मजबूत है, जितनी उनकी सीटें हैं, उसी के हिसाब से तो सीट शेयरिंग का फार्मूला बनाया जाएगा। अगर पश्चिम बंगाल में ममता दीदी की कितनी सीटें हैं, तो उनको प्रतिनिधित्व दिया जाएगा, कितनी सीटों पर वो लड़ेंगे। अगर महाराष्ट्र में हमारी सीटें ज्यादा हैं, उसी हिसाब से देखा जाएगा कितनी सीटों पर लड़ा जाए। अगर दिल्ली में आम आदमी पार्टी की सीटें हैं और पंजाब में है, उसी हिसाब से सीट शेयरिंग का फार्मूला बनाया जाएगा। तो इसी तरह से सीट शेयरिंग के फार्मूले को बनाने की कोशिश की जा रही है।
ओके, बट सर मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहती हूँ, अभी आपने कहा कि जिन लोगों से बात होनी चाहिए वो हो रही है। सर संजय निरुपम का बाइट है हमारे पास, प्ले आउट किया है हमने अपने ऑडियंसेस के लिए, बहुत ही सीनियर लीडर हैं वो महाराष्ट्र के। वो खुद कह रहे हैं कि मुझसे किसी ने नहीं कहा था, ये मैंने अखबार में पढ़ा था।
संजय निरुपम जी कोई ऐसे नेता थोड़ी ना कि जिन्होंने ये डिसाइड करना है कि किनको कितनी सीटें दी जाएंगी, कितनी दी जाएंगी। डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर तो दूसरे लोग हैं। संजय निरुपम जी की इसके अंदर कोई भूमिका नहीं है कि वो इस बात का निर्णय करेंगे कि शिवसेना को कितनी सीट मिलेगी या नहीं मिलेगी। संजय निरुपम जी की स्टेटमेंट को हम कुछ नहीं मानते इस मामले में।
ओके, ऑलराइट। एंड सर एक और प्रश्न यहाँ आपसे मैं ये पूछूंगी और फिर हम अपने जो बाकी पैनलिस्ट हैं उनके पास जाएंगे। सर 18 एमपीज हैं आपके पास पिछले इलेक्शंस में, जिनमें से सर अब 12 एमपीज ने एकनाथ शिंदे का हाथ पकड़ लिया है। सर तब भी आप इतने कॉन्फिडेंट कि आप 23 सीट्स मानेंगे अपने जो बाकी एलाइज हैं उनसे? सर
देखिए, जो एमपी या विधायक आज भले ही हमारे साथ नहीं है, वो सभी जीते थे शिवसेना के कैडर पर और उद्धव जी के नाम पर। पार्टी अध्यक्ष चीफ उद्धव ठाकरे जी थे, ठाकरे परिवार से, ना कि कोई दूसरा आदमी था। तो इसलिए वो जो आज जीते और प्रेजेंटली एमपी एमएलए हैं, वो उद्धव जी के नाम पर हैं, उस शिवसेना से, ठाकरे परिवार से, ना कि किसी दूसरे गुट से। तो इसलिए उस आंकड़ों को उसी हिसाब से देखा जाएगा जिस हिसाब से जो हमारे साथ जीते। तो उनको आज ये नहीं कहा जा सकता कि वो शिंदे जी के नाम पर जीते थे या वो बीजेपी के नाम पर जीते थे। वो ठाकरे परिवार के नाम पर जीते थे, उद्धव जी के नेतृत्व में जीते थे। तो इसलिए वो सीटें हमारी ही मानी जाएंगी और इलेक्शन में इस चीज का पता भी चल जाएगा।
Okay, let me go back to Shama Mohammed, and I'd also just like to go over to the spokesperson from the Ajit Pawar faction, Mr. Srivastav. मैं आपके पास एक सेकंड में आऊँगी. I'm just going to come over to you in a second, but I just want to go over to Dr. Mohammed first. Ma'am, the Shiv Sena is also in that same Sanjay Raut statement that we're talking about. They'd also made it clear, and I'm just quoting for you here. They'd said that we are asking for 23 seats, and we are not going to take part in any seat sharing discussions about these 23 seats. I'm only bringing this up for you, ma'am, because you said those discussions are going to happen. The NCP Sharad Pawar faction has also said those discussions are going to happen. But it's the Shiv Sena and a senior leader like Sanjay Raut who said 23 and no discussions.
Okay, can I remind you of the Meghalaya elections? The Meghalaya elections, the Bharatiya Janata Party was in the government with the NPP, all right? But when they were fighting the elections, they fought separately. And Mr. Amit Shah was giving gali galoj, saying they're corrupt, don't vote for the NPP, they're corrupt. All right, they talked against them, all right, during the elections. They were in the government. The corruption is basically Bharatiya Janata Party because they were in government together. After the elections were over, they joined hands. So why don't you ask these questions also to them? The Bharatiya Janata Party's games. Nobody did that. So what I'm trying to say is that there might be things here and there people will say, all right, but that's not the end. I don't understand why so much half an hour is given for something like this. That's not the end. We have more important issues. I told you the clarity will come on 31st when the India Alliance meet will happen. That's when the clarity will happen.